Did you hear the GOP has been scamming their supporters out of all of their money, especially the elderly, and WinRed and Donald Trump are at the center of it all.
He had essentially put himself $50,000 in debt after he had given them his life savings.
So you made more than 100 donations in one day.
My gosh. WinRed. Boy, there was a lot of them WinRed loans.
WinRed is a fundraising platform most Republican campaigns use to solicit donations, often using misleading emails and text messages.
He started experiencing cognitive decline after the death of our mother and said that made him more vulnerable to these kinds of pleas for money.
Boy, these people have no shame at all. They're misleading seniors with these texts and these calls. And we all get the texts and the calls. But when you're going after seniors the way they are, it's horrible, abominable, and yet it gets worse.
When we looked at his phone told the whole story because he would get
dozens
of text messages a day.
Can you just show me some of your text messages?
Yeah.
Do you know who this is?
I was dealing with President Trump, so it was kind of President Trump and Speaker Johnson were both, they want to know what I was doing.
He really, in his heart, believed that Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. and other politicians were personally reaching out to him.
He'd never donated to politicians before. He'd never given this large amount of money before. It made no sense that he would do this.
The difference here is that your father is in cognitive decline.
Right.
It's just despicable. There has to be a way to stop them so that they don't take advantage of these people and don't ruin their lives and take their life savings that they worked so hard for so many years.
That whole story was so heartbreaking, but unfortunately, he's not the only one.
We get a lot of money from people. They average $61. Mm-hmm. And those people all vote. Those people, they get, we have some people that'll pay us like $25 a month every single month. They won't miss it. They're very committed.
Shane, this is incredible. At the peak of this, the Trump campaign made up to 3% of all credit card fraud claims in the United States. That is stunning. I realize it's normal for any campaign to refund donations, but this is something totally different.
3% of all credit card fraud was from the GOP taking these recurring donations. Think about that. That's huge. 3% of all fraud on credit cards was these guys taking the recurring payments from their donors when their donors did not mean to make these recurring payments.
These boxes that were pre-checked opted donors into giving money over and over again. It started at the beginning of the year as a monthly option, and by the end, it was weekly. And look, if you didn't see this box and you gave those two boxes you showed on screen, if you didn't uncheck both of them, within 30 days of a donation, you would have had 6 donations taken out of your credit card or your bank account. Because one is a bonus, the second box, and the first box shows these are weekly withdrawals. And so what happened is people missed these boxes. Look, the online donors tend to be older people, and they missed these boxes. And so after 30 days, they get their credit card bill and they say, wait, what is this? I don't recognize 6 charges to WinRed/Trump campaign or WinRed/ one of the Trump campaign's joint committees with the Republican National Committee. And they called their credit cards and they said, hey, these are fraudulent charges.
They've frauded these people $64 million. That's a lot of money. But we all know Trump has always been a grifter. He came in to the office saying he's going to drain the swamp. Really? Give me a break, dude.
There's almost nothing anymore that he could do that would surprise me in terms of the ongoing grift. Donald Trump promised the country when he ran in 2016 that he would drain the swamp. Really, all he did was rearrange the swamp, rearranged it so that he could make money off of regular voters to pay his own legal fees, to pay $208,000 for his wife's stylist, and to set up a $2 billion grift from the Saudis for his daughter Ivanka and his son-in-law Jared.
There you go. Chris Christie, Trump's former supporter and friend, saying that Trump did not drain the swamp. He rearranged the swamp. By the way, Christie is now a big critic of Donald Trump's, but still, he said that he will not be voting for Kamala Harris, which I don't get. After all of this, Chris Christie, come on, man. Wake up. Trump is a grifter. You know it. I know it. We all know it. And that's what's happened here. It's been the perfect storm of Trump the grifter meeting the GOP that wants to grift. Now, let's be honest here for a second. We all get texts and messages from the Democrats and the Republicans. I get texts all the time. And eventually you either ignore them, or if you're going to donate, you donate once and you do it right and you move on. But the GOP, as you saw in these clips, had been targeting these elderly. And a lot of these elderly didn't even know that they were doing these recurring payments, because the way it was set up, as that gentleman explained earlier in the clip, was that if you didn't know that you had to uncheck those boxes, you would just start getting these recurring charges, to the point where it wasn't to the point where somebody looked at it and said, oh, you know what, that's fine. I have so much money. I wanted to give them money anyway. I'll be a recurring donor. No, it got to the point where they went back and they claimed this $64 million in credit card fraud. Trump has been a grifter from the beginning. Even when Trump had all of these cases come up against him, he committed the crimes. He's the one who took the classified documents to Mar-a-Lago. He's the one who encouraged the insurrection at the Capitol. He's the one who committed tax fraud in New York City. He committed all these crimes, but he turns it around and he says it's a witch hunt, and then he asks his supporters to donate to his legal fund. Think about that. This guy says he's a billionaire. He said, I don't need to run. I don't need the money. I'm a billionaire. But you guys should pay for my court fees. Guy's been a grifter. You saw in that other clip, he was talking about these people making recurring donations. Some people might actually be wanting to make $25 donations a month. But as we saw earlier in this video, there's a lot of people who don't have the money to do it. Maybe they would like to, but they don't have the money to do it. And the GOP and Donald Trump and the fundraising arm of the GOP is taking advantage of these people and taking their money and saying that they're fighting for them. Donald Trump, a billionaire, is fighting for the average person. Right. Who gets the tax breaks? Billionaires, corporations. Who's doing better? Billionaires, corporations. Have you noticed there's a disparity in wealth, and it continues to get bigger and bigger under Donald Trump? Have you noticed that? It gets bigger and bigger under the GOP. If anything, Biden keeps saying, and he said, we're going to be building wealth from the middle and from the bottom up. He's trying to build the middle class. The infrastructure bill that was passed was actually something that's going to help the middle class and help job development in this country. Yes, we have inflation, but inflation has come down further than most Western countries. Every Western country, America's done the best. Coming out of the economy that Biden was handed from Donald Trump, which was a horrible economy. And now Donald Trump has said he wants to come back. He wants to put tariffs on all kinds of imports. He wants to deport a bunch of immigrants, migrants, and he thinks that that's going to solve everything. It's actually going to be, economists have said that it's going to cause more inflation. It's going to cause a worse financial situation. And yet these people are grifting. You got your Jared Kushner's grifting. He's got zero experience in nothing, and he got $2 billion from that Saudi fund. You got Ivanka grifting. They're all grifters. There's that famous clip of Donald Trump being on David Letterman. He was trying to say that China is the enemy, the trade enemy, and then David Letterman goes, oh, I see you have these ties that you sell, Trump ties. He goes, yeah. He goes, let's see where they were made. Made in China. Donald Trump's been a grifter his whole life. He's bankrupted several businesses. He first got money from his father, went out and overspent, tried to open up Trump Airlines. There was Trump Meat. There was Trump University that actually got closed down and fined. There was their charity. They're stealing from their own charity. And here he is now trying to bankrupt the average American person and saying that he's fighting for them. I don't get it. I don't know why anybody in these situations, this poor old gentleman we saw at the beginning, would vote for this guy. And of course, he plays to their base human feelings and says, oh, they're coming to get you. Fear. There's immigrants coming to get you. There's Muslims coming to get you. There's Latinos coming to get you. There's black people coming to get you. And these older people are like, oh my God, I better give this guy my money. So they go to donate once, and then they get duped, and they end up donating their whole life savings. Have these people, they have no shame. They have no shame. Donald Trump has no shame. He's a narcissist. The whole party seems to have no shame. He put his own daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, in place as the head of the GOP or the RNC. I mean, what? This guy's draining the swamp, really? He had his own kids as advisors in the White House? That's just not a thing. And yet for him it was. His sons, they're all a bunch of grifters. And Donald Trump is the grifter-in-chief. He's selling coins with his face on it. He's selling tennis shoes. He's selling Bibles with his name on it. I mean, is he running for president or is he working on QVC? What's going on with these people? It's all about making the dollar and squeezing their supporters as much as they can. And their poor supporters don't wake up. Wake up! They're not fighting for you. They're taking your money. Wake up. Don't give them another penny. Don't vote for them. Wake up. Grifter's going to grift. Sorry to bring you down, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I'm on tour all over the country. Check out my schedule. Come see me live. Let's have a laugh. And while the world crumbles with this guy right there. Oh, my God. I hope he doesn't win. Oh, my God. I got a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. Watch it. If you like it, tell your friends. If you don't like it, keep it to yourselves. Bye.